Right. I want to start off this episode by saying the reason that I started off this channel, it wasn't for profit or popularity. The reason that I started this channel is because I want to help men. That's all I want to do, okay? I want to help men. If you're a man and you're watching this, I want you to become the best version of yourself. I want you to reach your full potential and live your best life. Honestly, I swear, okay? Look into it, see? I want to help you. Honestly, I swear. I want you to become a Stoic Sigma Super Alpha Sausage, or whatever these idiots on the internet call themselves. Actually, no, saying that, yeah. No, I want to help you become as laid back as I am. I haven't always been this laid back, but I have to say it's a life hack. It's great. It really is. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm nearly 52 years of age. I make 5 figures a month. That's including the 2 figures that come after the decimal point. I live in a little council house with my mum and my sister. We've always lived here. It's great. I love it. We have a good laugh. I don't drive. I don't have a car. I refuse to drive. I hate driving. I cannot express enough how much I don't want to drive. I hate it. I figure the money I save on not owning a car, I can use to pay for a lift in a taxi or a bus. And if it's an emergency, I've said this in a previous episode, if it's an emergency, I can just ask my sister or one of my neighbours, okay? I don't want to be wasting money on a fucking car just to keep up appearances, especially. I'd much rather somebody else do all the work, so I can just sit back and relax and enjoy the scenery. People have always said to me, "Oh, well, what if you want to get a driving job? You've got to get a driving license because you need to get a driving job." Why the fuck would I want to get a driving job if I don't like driving? I don't like driving. Therefore, I wouldn't get a job where I have to drive. Is this computing? The thought of having a driving job where I have to spend at least 8 hours a day driving around the city when I don't like fucking driving is fucking stupid. It's fucking insanity to me. Why would I put myself through that? I enjoy travelling on the bus. I really do. I like to people watch. I like to be left to my thoughts. The price of a weekly bus pass is absolutely fuck all compared to the price of running the car. I can't be asked with all the rigmarole of after finishing a hard day at work and then having to get stuck in traffic during rush hour, stopping and starting, checking my mirrors, speedometers, this pedal, that pedal, what gear I'm supposed to be in. It doesn't matter if you're sat on the bus being driven by a bus driver or if you're sat behind the wheel of a brand new Bugatti or McLaren or whatever the fuck these dickheads talking about, okay? It doesn't matter. Either way, you are still stuck behind the vehicle that's in front. You can't just click your fingers and, you're out of it. I don't want the responsibility. Let the bus driver worry about all that important stuff. I'd much rather just stare out of the window and think about tits. Alright? I haven't got the brain to be concentrating on the road. Push comes to shove, I'll get myself a cheap mountain bike. I don't know. You're the ones that are always concerned with whether people are driving or not, or what car they drive, okay? It's a conversation that is fucking dull to me, okay? Like fucking football, when people start talking about fucking football, and you know, just leave me the fuck out of it. You know, I don't like driving. It's that fucking difficult for people to comprehend. You know, people that fucking shallow, I don't fucking like it, okay? I prefer to use public transport. Alright, that's what it's there for. Okay, to transport the public. I'm a member of the public, you fucking divs. You know? And besides, there's seats on the front of every bus that's reserved specifically for people with walking sticks. I have a walking stick. Alright? I have a walking stick now after my stroke. So every single bus has a seat at the front, especially for me. How much does it cost me to get into town? What? $2.50? Makes sense to me not having a car. Yeah, I mean, if you like to drive, alright, if you like driving and you like to spend money on a fancy car, I totally and utterly respect it. Alright, but if I don't want to drive and I don't have a car, then respect that too, please, okay? You know, I just can't be fucking arsed. It's like throwing money into a bottomless pit. So if you're watching this, okay, and you are the kind of person that judges other people on what car they drive or whether they drive or not, okay, I pissed in your fucking face. Okay, I hope it goes in your eyes and it fucking stings and in your mouth. Fuck you. I hope your fucking car gets nicked, okay? And it's probably a fucking crap car anyway. You know, it's rubbish. And you probably look fucking ridiculous when you're driving it. Nobody's impressed. You know, when people, people just stand there when you're driving up the road, they think, oh, there's that crap car being driven by that ridiculous fuckhole of a man again. You know, even the car itself is embarrassed to have you as an owner. Every night when it's parked outside the house, it's there thinking, oh, of all the people in the world, why do I have to be driven around by this fucking bellend? He's the crappiest driver to ever come out of a maternity ward. I haven't been ever driven by somebody so fucking crap. Funny thing is, there really are some people who are so precious about their car and their driving skills that they're probably getting highly offended by this. You know, they're watching this and they're thinking, is he talking about me? You know, they take it personally. You know, right now there's somebody watching this going, fucking fat twat. Nah, he's just jealous, he is. He's just jealous because he haven't got a car himself. That's what it is. He's just jealous. Yeah, that's what it is. You know, he's jealous because I've got a car and he hasn't. Yeah. And he knows I'm more of a man than he is because, only real men know how to drive. Yeah, he's just jealous. Yeah, you're so right. You're so right. Oh. Have you ever met one of those dickheads, though? You know, they make their entire personality about their car and driving. You know, you go on their social media, on their Facebook, you know, they've got no pictures of themselves on their Facebook profile. You know, it's just different photos of their car from different angles, trying to make it look better than it actually is. You know, because without their driving license, without their car, they got absolutely fuck all else going on for them. Alright, they got nothing else going on. You know, if I take my Arbor 695 to the car wash on Sunday and then drive back home, give it a bit of a polish and take a photo of it from behind at a low angle at midday with the sunlight reflected off the bumper and into the camera lens, people might mistake it for a better car, for a McLaren or something. If I get it there, yeah. You know, and they're the same kind of person that, you know, if there's anybody in their street or in their workplace that's got a better car than them, it fucks with them. It fucks with them on a level that's so petty and so childish and backwards that it makes them jealous and bitter and twisted deep down inside the very pit of their stomach. And they actually start hating on the person that's driving the car that's better than them. You know, so then they start to try and compete, and they go into debt to give their car a new paint job or to buy a spoiler to go on the back and make it look sporty, or shiny rims, or you know, they'll get a loud exhaust or whatever else these fucking thick, backward ass, fucking thick cunts think will impress other people. You know, and then they're always moaning about the cost. Oh, God, I got to pay another £150 for the spoiler, £200 for the rims, £100 for the fucking exhaust. You know, and that's nearly £500 of my wages gone already, without even including the paint job. Then I got tax, insurance, not to mention the new bucket seats I'm getting and the tinted windows. So if anybody I used to go to school with is driving a better car than me, and they pull up beside me at the traffic lights and they look to their side, they won't see me. They won't be able to see me because of the tinted windows. You know, they won't be able to see me, you know, sat in my bucket seat, fucking seething because they got a better car than me, fucking seething. You know, I've hardly got any money. Hardly any money left out of my wages once I've paid for my stupid fucking car. So, you know, what do you want me to do about it? I don't fucking care. You know, it's not my fault you chose the expensive option. You know, that's down to you. Do the math, you fucking dunce. You know, if driving a car is too expensive and you haven't got enough money, then either do a bit of overtime on the weekends, get a second job or a better paid job, or just catch the fucking bus and shut the fuck up. I don't care. Dickhead. Ugh. You know, the world does not revolve around you and your shitty fucking car. Alright? If you haven't got the balls to take the bus because you're worried about how your status in society is going to be perceived, you know, you're one of these dickheads. It's like, oh, you know, I don't want anybody thinking I'm a bus wanker. God forbid anybody sees me as being a bus wanker. You know, anything but that, please, God. Please don't let me be seen by anyone in school. Don't let them see me sitting on the bus. Please, I don't want to be a bus wanker. You know, if that's the kind of internal dialogue that goes around inside your empty fucking Swede, you know, worrying about being seen on a bus because you don't want people thinking you're a bus wanker, even though you're up to your neck in debt and can't afford a fucking car, but you're still driving one just to keep up appearances. If you're the type of personality that you know, doesn't want to be seen shopping at Home Bargains because you're worried you might bump into somebody you know from work or from when you were in school, and you're worried they might think that you're on a tight budget, so instead you shop at Waitrose around the corner where, you know, the exact same product is 3 times the price as it is in Home Bargains, but, you know, you'd rather fork out the extra just to give people the impression you can afford it when really you're struggling. Alright, you should be fucking deported. Cunt. You're the reason why this country is fucked. Okay? You're the reason why, you know, the West is going down the fucking toilet. Man. Oof. You know, it's got nothing to do with immigration. Alright? It's got nothing to do with people on benefits. Alright? It's because you are all willing to just bend over and take it in order to look good, in order to fit in order to fall in line and appear like you're winning the game. Fuck that. You know, I've been through all that, trying to fall in line and blend in, bollocks, and it nearly fucking killed me. I ain't ever doing it again, okay? I'll go without the prestige of being seen to fit into this fucking corporate fucking societal shit show. Okay, fuck you. Thank you very much. I'm not bothering anymore. I ain't trying. Okay, it's not worth the hassle. Life's for living right now. Okay, not waiting until you're almost 70 years old when you may not even fucking get that far anyway. Alright, I've tried playing the game. It is fucking rigged. From now on, I'm going to let everybody else worry about what other people think. I'm going to let everybody else worry about stupid shit like the fucking country or the fucking economy and all that fucking bollocks. Alright, if the wealthy won't pay tax when I've worked 80 hours a week during a global pandemic, only to have 40% of my fucking wages go in a pot towards the fucking Jubilee, get the fuck out of my face. Alright, I refuse to fucking bow or nod to any of them. Alright, if the king was walking up the street now in a procession, okay, I would not remove my hat. Okay, I wouldn't bow my head. None of that fucking servant shit. Alright, I pay for your fucking parties, okay? I pay for your fucking rent. You're the ones that should be fucking bowing in front of me. Man, there was nothing more infuriating back in 2022 than listening to royal commentators and pundits like fucking Hugh Edwards talk about the Jubilee. You know, and the Jubilee is just what the country needs after 2 years of COVID. Oh, fuck off, you fuck. You know, I couldn't give any less of a fuck about the fucking Jubilee, okay? It means nothing to me. Absolutely fucking nothing. You know, what I need, okay, what's going to make me feel better, okay? What I need is to be paid for the fucking job that I've been doing. I need to be paid properly for the fucking job I've been doing, okay? Because without me doing that job, okay, the hospitals and the care homes in South Wales, they don't get their clean bins. And there'd be thousands of ill people slipping and sliding around in their own fucking piss and shit and blood and fucking puke during a global pandemic where people are dropping like flies, okay? So don't fucking tax me and tax the cunts that sit in cars and go like that. Oh, fuck off. Don't be pissing and moaning to me about our taxes going towards immigrants when you got no problem with bowing down in front of a bunch of fucking Germans who live in the biggest and most expensive house in the most expensive city in the fucking country. Fucking hell. Have some fucking character, people. You know, and I ain't got nothing against the royal family, okay? They were born into it. It's not their fault. They don't know no different. This is the same as some little baby from the Middle East that's born into a war zone, okay? I don't mind my taxes going towards that child. I'd rather my taxes go towards that child and its family, okay? It's not about right or left or us and them or British or there or fucking... You know, it's about just having a little bit of fucking compassion, alright? It's a human thing. Right, fuck with it, man. Oh, right. Episode 24 will be up by about Wednesday, okay? I've done the first 20 minutes, but I lost my temper and it made me feel ill. So I have to put it off for a few hours, so I'll have to get back to it tomorrow. Right. Sorry for the outburst. It's just, you know, whenever I start talking about my last job that I got made redundant from, especially when I was working during the pandemic, whenever I think about it or talk about it, I get triggered. Okay, I get triggered by the thought of my own ineptitude and my own inability to realise I was getting proper fucked by those whose money machine I'm helping to keep rolling. When really, what I should have done is just gone, fuck this, and down tools, and said, right, fuck you, fuck your fucking company, fuck your company's reputation, okay, start treating me and everybody else with a bit of fucking respect. Otherwise I'm going to blow the whistle on you fucking cunts. That's exactly what I should have done. Exactly what I should have done. But, you know, slave mentality. I mean, you know, also, you know, I had almost a £200 a week drug addiction. And on top of that, I was trying to save up money to go away to Amsterdam once the COVID restrictions had been lifted to, you know, party hard before in a hotel shower. You know, and when you're planning stuff like that, you tend to be willing to grin and bear it for the sake of just having that one last blast. You know, I'm throwing sacks of shitty nappies into a skip, hundreds of them. You know, and I'm there just thinking, man, they better still have sex workers in Amsterdam now. Once the COVID restrictions have been lifted, they better still be there, okay? There is no way that I'm going to unalive myself without getting at least 7 days worth of blowjobs first. Otherwise, I'm going to be refusing to do this shit. There's no point, okay? And the next time that arrogant prick from head office comes down to visit, that arrogant, blue-trousered, brown-shoed, fake suntanned, ignorant, stuck-up, fucking corporate, fucking cocksucker, okay? The next time he comes down, I'm going to make him eat the contents of someone's dying grandfather's rotting bowels. I'm going to fucking, you know, eat it, you fucking... Oh, no, please. He's got shit all over his teeth, fucking vomit coming out of his nose. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to treat you in a manner that suggests that I think I'm bad. I didn't mean to be... Yeah, manners just don't cost nothing, do they, you fucking... I should have broke into the boot of his car and fucked with his golf clubs when I had the opportunity. You know, so then later on, you know, when he's down the golf course with his other fucking morons in their lapel golf short sleeve business tops and their Under Armour official golf course tour caps, talking about improving their handicap, and he's like, oh my God, right. Well, I believe that now would be the perfect time to use my brand new putter that I bought. Yeah. You know, he pulls it out and there's fuck all on the end of it because I snapped it off. Cunt. You know, never again will I ever go above and beyond for any company, ever. No matter what. Okay? You know, if they can't look after you when you're looking after them and all they do is turn you into a goon, you are well within your right to start destroying their property and fucking stealing off them. Okay? You know, I remember a couple of years before the pandemic, there was somebody stealing diesel and everybody was up for, you know, under suspicion. And one of the managers said to me, oh, you know, if you've left the door open that there's going to be consequences. You know, instead of just admitting that it was him, he had to fucking drop my name in it. Cunt. I got no problem with you stealing off the company. Fuck them. Steal from them. But if you get caught, don't drop my fucking name in it. Just to cover your ass. But no, looking back now, I wish I'd helped him steal the diesel. I wish I'd stole from him. Fuck, you know. Yeah, and what I'm thinking about is just, you know, what... Before I continue, okay, in the likelihood another person comes up to me and starts banging on about immigration and me being a lefty because of what I said last night with regards to the Queen and taxes and all that, okay, I'll refer you back to something I said in episode 3 of A Coffee with KEV entitled Addressing the Backlash, because my views haven't changed since then, and I'm done with fucking explaining it anymore, okay? I'm done with it. Right, so yeah, this.
Anyway, let's address them, right? One of the comments was, go and play with your lefty friends. Yeah, I vote left. Okay, always will do. My other friend who I see probably about once or twice a year, Steve, yeah, he definitely votes left like me. All my other friends who I see on a regular basis, who I love very much and grew up with, they voted for UK reform. Okay, two of my closest friends, they're both ex-military. Yeah, one of them's a Gulf War veteran, highly decorated. I love them both very much. I would die for the both of them. I'd die for all my friends and my family. I really would. Okay, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd be a little bit scared and be like, oh, I hope this is not going to fucking hurt. But yeah, I'd be willing to sacrifice myself. Okay, yeah. In my world, okay, politics is very rarely discussed. I think the last conversation I had with my mate was he said to me, he said, look, we have to start vetting all the immigrants that are coming over on the boats. You know, we have to determine which ones are terrorists and murderers and rapists, and make sure that we only let the genuine ones in. And I'm like, yeah, mate, I agree. Anyway, what should we watch? Team America or Tropic Thunder?
End of story. I'm sick of explaining myself. Man, I've only spent a few hours, about 3 hours over the last few days, over the last week, looking through social media to do some research regarding this stuff I wanted to talk about, okay, in the episode, and a few hours worth the other week before episode 23, you know, and it's drove me nuts. It's drove me fucking nuts. Beforehand, I was okay. I was kind of content. I'm thinking, well, yeah, I've had a stroke, but I'm getting better, slowly but surely, you know, and I was feeling quite content. You know, now I'm worried there's going to be a civil war. I'm thinking about the Matrix, or they've got all my details and information. You know, I'm questioning my own masculinity again, like when I was a teenager. God knows how young men who bombard themselves with all this stuff are feeling. You know, it's made me feel like a piece of shit. And no wonder they're offering themselves in record numbers. It's a cesspool. It's just designed to make you angry and to hate and, you know, a real man does this. A real man should treat a woman like that. You won't get laid if you don't pay for my online course on how to be a fucking arsehole. You're fat. You're broke. You're ugly. You'll never get laid. Or you're broke. You haven't got no money. You know, yeah, it is definitely, though, it has definitely reinforced my idea that I had last night about using this channel to encourage men to just kick back and not give any of it a second thought. That's my advice, okay? Let the chips fall where they may. You know, none of you asked to be born, okay? The world was fucked long before you got here, alright? The same things were happening. The rich were just fucking over the poor, and just, yeah, fucking forget about it. Because I tell you something, okay? Over the last few years, alright, since I have, you know, my life has become immeasurably better since I stopped caring about what other people think. Okay? And when I say that, I don't mean in the context of, you know, it's okay to go around being horrible and being rude to people and insulting them, and then when somebody calls you out on it, you're like, oh, well, I don't care. Oh, I don't care. I don't care what other people think. No, I don't mean that. I'm talking about in the context of don't care about what other people think with regards to the clothes you wear, or the car you drive, or how much money you earn, or on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, what your woman is, and all that crap. Okay? It's fucking brain rot. Get off it, okay? I'm telling you something, man. I'm you know, going through and not even, a British man stands up for what he believes in. Yeah, I'm standing up for what I believe in. That's why I'm disagreeing with you, you fucking plank. You know? Well, if you disagree, if anyone disagrees with me, then that means that they don't care about all the people that have fought and died for this country. Bullshit. I care, I do, okay? It's you that doesn't care. You don't really care, because you're just using them as an excuse to get your own way, and you're behaving exactly like the fucking cunts who they were fighting against. I may be broke, but I'm not fucking stupid. I see a fucking pig when I see one. You know? The kind of men who you know, they take great pleasure in pointing out other men's hang-ups and insecurities, you know, especially men that are weaker than them, you know, and they talk about how a man should regulate his emotions, but as soon as you retaliate with something, like you say, hey, we've been skipping leg days, eh, mate, your calf muscles are shit. What's the matter, what are you so angry for, mate? Is it need to, you know, get taller? Is that what it is? Is that why you're down the gym so much? Hey, what you got that big tattoo for? Who do you think you are, Kerry King from Slayer? What's the matter? You haven't got the guts to just show everybody you're going bald, is it? Yeah, if you do that to them, if you do to them what they always do and always have been doing to everyone since they were the bullies in the fucking schoolyard, yeah, they fucking lose their shit. They don't regulate their emotions. Fucking, these fucking, you're a real man. Oh, honestly. I'm basing all this on probably about 3 different people that I've come across in reels and stuff, okay? You know, I know I'm overgeneralizing. I do overgeneralize just for the sake of making a point and getting a laugh. You know, I'm probably talking specifically about 4 or 5 people and you know, comments that I've read from people who you know, they won't show their face. They'll say the most horrendous shit. They'll bully people, and they just, yeah, it's just all flags and fucking, you know, honestly. But, you know, you see some guys, you know, the kind of fellas who rouse the rabble. You know, they surround themselves with weaker men, you know, who just want to, you know, be part of something and feel like they belong. You know, and they're talking, you know, oh, a real man should stand up and fight for his country. Are you a real man? A real man doesn't just sit back and do nothing when his country needs him. What are you crying about, you fucking pussy? If you run away, I will personally beat you to death in the middle of the square in front of everyone. What are you crying about? Stand up straight. A real man stands up and fights for what he believes in. Yeah, then, you know, if it looks like the shit really is going to hit the fan, okay, for real, like something really serious is going to happen, you know, you watch, they'd be like, right, I need at least 20 men to quickly escort me back to my headquarters so I can rethink my strategy. Yeah, fucking posers. You know, I've been reading, you know, people talking about civil war. I guarantee you, okay, let's just say that there was a civil war, okay, and these people got what they wanted. They got their country back, and all immigrants were deported out of the country. They still wouldn't be satisfied. You know, then they'd become dictators. They'd be like, right, from now on in, every British man must wear Stone Island clothing. If any man is seen walking outside without their Stone Island shirts and coats, they will no longer allowed to be calling themselves men, and they will be publicly humiliated and ridiculed. You know, I'll be like, wait, sorry dude, okay, I don't like Stone Island clothing. It's too expensive, and that's the kind of clobber that's worn by men who want people to think they're hard or part of a firm or a crew, like in, you know, one of those Rise of the Foot Soldier films, okay? I don't want to be associated with all that fucking dumb shit. I'll stick with my camo shorts and band and horror movie t-shirts, okay? Because That's more of a reflection of who I am. Alright, I don't want you to tell me what I should or should not be fucking wearing, okay? I don't want to be part of your fucking crew. Alright, I'd rather be an individual and stand alone, okay? So get the fuck out of my face. You know, and then they'd execute me and storm my house. Get the fuck out of here, not doing what I did. Yeah, that's exactly what had happened, okay? They'd find somebody else to hate on. You know, and all the time while they're blaming everybody else for it, they're getting up to all sorts of fucking horrid shit behind closed doors. Fucking, I've had enough of it, man. Fuck. Oh. I'm going to have to call it quits today, folks. But I'm going to put this episode up, and I'll do a second part to this in the future. It might be the next episode, or it might be in a few episodes' time, okay? It's just, yeah, I'm not feeling too good at the moment, and I'm best off if I just get some rest, because it's the fatigue more than anything. With this stroke, it just hits me, and you know, got this screen, and I just, you know, doing all the you know, editing and all that, just, you know, it's not making me feel too good at the moment. I apologise, and I'll try and get the next episode up as soon as I can, okay? But I hope you enjoy this first part of male insecurities, influences and influences, and thank you, and see you soon, okay? Bye.